So finally, we have almost every information you can think of about the PlayStation 5. We have the release date, we have the pricing, and we have some information in terms of what games are going to be there at launch. And we also have a lot of bad stuff, but let's go ahead and get into it. But before we get on to the video, definitely hit that like button if you guys enjoyed the video. You can always subscribe to the channel for weekly content, and don't forget to follow me at Twitter at LordAddictIOP. And without any further ado, let's get on with the video. What's going on, you guys? Gaming Addict here, coming at you for another video. As you see from that title, we're going to be breaking down the PlayStation showcase that just happened. We're going to be talking about the announcements that happened during the show, and more importantly, we're going to be talking about the announcements that happened after the show. There was a lot of information that came out with a matter of 24 hours, and I really want to pick through it with a fine comb. So PlayStation started this strong with Final Fantasy XVI. Yes, I said it. They finally showed this. It's been a rumor for a very long time, but it's never been shown. And finally, with this event, it shows that this is going to be a PlayStation exclusive. Now, if you do look at the bottom of the screen, this is what happened at the actual conference. It says available also on PC. Now, to my knowledge, this was taken off afterwards, and they won't make any kind of comment on whether or not this is going to come to any other console or whether or not this is coming to PC. But it's really interesting that this game might come to PC and PlayStation at the same time, because generally when PlayStation goes after these second party deals, they really try to secure that timed exclusivity where it's only on their platform. And a lot of times with games like Persona 5, it is a full-blown exclusive. So it's kind of interesting that they would show this on the actual conference floor. Next thing PlayStation showed is the long-awaited gameplay of Spider-Man Miles. A lot of people have been wanting to see the gameplay to this because a lot of us thought maybe this game might get delayed because of the lack of gameplay that we've seen in the previous events that PlayStation has shown. But PlayStation brought their A game, and they showed a very good demonstration of what the gameplay of Spider-Man for the PS5 is going to be. Or is it just the PS5? During the conference, they actually confirmed that Spider-Man will be coming out for the PlayStation 4 and the PlayStation 5, which really kind of devalues what you could play day one that's only on the PlayStation 5. But if you look over here, I've been saying this for a while, these companies are going to start doing this because it takes a lot of money to invest and to make these AAA titles, and they're going to need more money than what they get out of just the PlayStation 5. So that's why you see this coming to the PlayStation 4. And I'm perfectly fine with this. As a lot of you know, I wasn't the biggest fan of the Spider-Man that came out in 2018. I actually thought it was pretty average. But one thing that you can't say about this is when I saw the gameplay of this Miles, it looked fantastic. It looks like something that would be a little bit more thrilling for me as a gamer personally to play. And because they put this on the PlayStation 4, there's a good chance that it's going to sell way more than it would have been if it was just for the PlayStation 5, and they can reinvest that money back into the PlayStation brand and make Spider-Man 2 fantastic and way bigger on a better scale than it ever would have been if it was on only PlayStation 5. Now, the next game definitely took a lot of people by surprise. Warner Brothers showed up with Harry Potter. It has been a very long time since the Harry Potter fan base has had a solid experience in terms of gaming with the Harry Potter brand, but it does look like this is going to be for the PS5 and the Xbox Series X and the S and the PS5 digital, and it's going to be a good solid experience. Now, from what I saw of it, it definitely didn't look anything special, but when it comes to these type of games, you're gonna have to play it. I need to see more information in terms of how the gameplay is. I need to see if the visuals improve from now to the development time. I don't think they showed any type of release date. I could be mistaken, but for the most part, if you're a Harry Potter fan, this is definitely something you need to keep your eyes out for. Now, obviously, it wouldn't be a PlayStation event without Call of Duty here. The next Call of Duty showed a snippet of what it is for the campaign, and it looked okay. See, when it comes to Call of Duty, I've never been a fan of the franchise, so this is something that doesn't really resonate with me, but I know Call of Duty is one of the biggest brands in the industry. I know a lot of people are going to enjoy what they see here in terms of Call of Duty. For me, it's just not a game that I'm going to be really anticipating too much. I might pick it up because there's not a whole lot to play going into the generation, but being on the Xbox Series X, I do have a little bit more in terms of backwards compatibility that Microsoft's been a little bit more upfront with, so hopefully PlayStation would be a little bit more upfront in terms of what's going to be their day one in terms of backwards compatibility. so we'll be able to see exactly what we could play day one on both consoles. So Deathloop was at this event again. Deathloop has been at a couple of PlayStation events. Look, it's just not for me. I don't really like what I see. And the funny thing is I was a huge fan of Dishonored. I love Dishonored 1 and Dishonored 2. There's just something about this game that doesn't resonate with me. But you know what? After the game comes out and I see the reviews and I, read a couple of them and see exactly if it's the type of game that I might enjoy, then I might pick it up and try it out a little bit. For some reason, they showed Devil May Cry 5. I don't really understand this point in showing a game that's already been out. It's the special edition, and I guess it has like an expansion with it or something like that. But I do feel like this is something that should not have been at this event, and that's just my opinion. I know there's a lot of people that really enjoy Devil May Cry 5. I thought it was an okay game. It wasn't nothing special. I didn't even finish it really, but I do understand why people would like this type of game. I just feel like, to me personally, to me as a gamer, I would have preferred to see something else, maybe a little bit more gameplay on Resident Evil 8. We'll get into that here in a little bit, but there it is. Devil May Cry 5 Special Edition was for some reason at this event. So they showed Oddworld. I don't really know something about Oddworld. I've never really played this type of game, so it's not for me, but I'm sure I'll definitely link the actual video in the description that you can go and watch the actual PlayStation conference and you can get that gameplay for yourself. But the greatest game at this whole conference is next. And what was that game? Clearly, you guys know me. You guys know I'm a huge Dark Souls fan. And what's the game that originated this franchise, originated this genre? That was Demon Souls. I remember back in the PlayStation 3 era, my friend had Demon Souls, but this is before I really got into this type of game. I never played Demon Souls, and it's been one of the things of playing all these Demon Souls and Dark Souls type of games that I've always wanted to go back to, but I was like, the gameplay, you guys, it definitely didn't age well. But what Sony showed at this event looked phenomenal. Demon Souls is definitely a reason to buy a PlayStation 5. Now, there was a little thing at the end of the trailer that said it was coming to PC as well. Now, and it said other consoles. I don't know what that's about. They did take down the trailer itself and they refixed it and they put it back up. It just says PlayStation 5. But I do want to point out that probably means this is coming to every platform and it's coming to PC as well. There was a lot of talk that was going on Twitter that it was coming to PC day one, but that was kind of debunked pretty fast. So I would definitely keep an eye on this. Maybe we'll get a little bit more information before the game comes out, but I would say within 5 to 6 months after this game comes out, you'll see maybe an Xbox Series X release and obviously PC. And then they showed a bunch of titles that doesn't really excite me too much. I don't want to go over too much. Like I said, I'll put that in the description. You can go and you could watch the whole conference and get these feels to yourself, but they ended it with God of War Ragnarok. This is going to be a phenomenal game. It is supposed to come out in 2021. I am not assuming it's coming out that year. This is definitely going to get pushed back, in my opinion, probably to 2022, the end of 2022, maybe even 2023, because 2021 just seems so soon. I know it could probably come out in 2021, but especially with the pandemic, I highly doubt this game comes out in 2021. And that was pretty much the whole conference. God of War is definitely one of the reasons that you will want to invest into the PlayStation 5, along with something like Demon Souls. Now, is Demon Souls worth picking up a PS5 if you don't really like those type of games? Clearly not. But after the show, that's when the real interesting information started dropping. Let's get into it. So after the event, we started getting leaks and stuff that was appearing on Twitter from foreign websites, etc., etc. One of them was Horizon Zero Dawn, the new one, is going to be on the PlayStation 4 as well as the PlayStation 5. And this is a huge hit to Sony because Sony has been very vocal about keeping true generation and sticking to the traditional way of doing things. And now that they've had all this information in the past saying that they're going to be sticking with that, and they come out openly and say that Horizon's going to be on the PS4 and the PS5, and so is Spider-Man, really kind of has like a lying sensation. To be honest with you guys, I feel like they low-key are lying. Now, maybe they're not straight up lying to the consumers and to their fans, but they're not giving a lot of information. When they had that PS5 showing, they were showing PS5 games, they made everyone assume that Spider-Man and Horizon Zero Dawn was a PlayStation 5 exclusive. They never came out openly corrected anyone. I'm sure plenty of people asked them on Twitter. They never wanted to give that type of information out. Why? Because they didn't want the backlash. I feel like they should have took the backlash back then, because now it's 10 times worse. Now it looks like they straight up lying to you. I do feel like because they've been so vague and because they've been holding information that's very vital to the consumers of their platform, that the biggest thing this is going to do is it's going to make it to where none of the fans can trust what Sony says. If Sony says anything related to their games, people are going to side-eye them. For instance, the moment they took down that Final Fantasy XVI and that Demon Souls trailer and they put just the PlayStation logo on it, I know that was for Demon Souls. I don't know if it was for Final Fantasy XVI. I was told it was, but I never went back and looked. People are automatically assuming that they're just lying. They showed us marketing material that wasn't supposed to be shown to the masses, and now they're pulling it down and showing you something else to continue to get you to buy their brand. We get it. Show us stuff that makes us want to invest into the PS5. I'm for this, Sony, but don't just straight up lie to the consumers or withhold information that to me is just really on the borderline of lying. And then on top of all that, when stuff's finally started calming down, the pre-orders leaked early. I get it. You can't control what retailers do, Sony, but you did tell people in that Jeff Keighley interview that, yo, we understand that you're concerned about pre-ordering a PlayStation 5. We're gonna make sure you have plenty of time to pre-order this. Don't worry about that. Once again, it looks like you're lying to people. You need to cover this up. You need to make a statement and you need to do something about this. I couldn't get a PlayStation 5 anywhere. I looked multiple different places. It's because I was at work. You know how many people was at work during this conference that just could not get anywhere and get this information on time? It's pathetic, Sony. I expect better from you. But anyway, tell me what you guys think in the comment section below. The biggest question I want to ask is, how did you feel about the overall showcase? And then after you answer that, tell me how you feel about the overall brand of PlayStation now that they're just going to be supporting PlayStation 4 and the PS5 for maybe the foreseeable future. We don't know this yet, but tell me what you guys think about this. My name's Gaming Addict. I'm out of here. Peace.